Yeah, so you're welcome to the part two of the slab detailing. For those of you that have not watched the part one, kindly go to my YouTube channel and watch the part one. Without this was where we stopped in the part one, so let's try and proceed. Now, this is the top bar for this beam. The red one is the top bar. If you can remember, the red ones are the top bar. Why this thing, like I said, is I mean they're also going to have a distribution bar also. This red one are the main bar, while this blue one are the distribution bar. So now let's now work on the distribution of the top bars. And remember, I am already told you how to get the cut length, which is the measurement of the top bars. So let's now distribute it. Every main bar must have a distribution bar. So this is so let's place this here. Let's also place this here. Okay. So let's now okay. So let's distribute it. So let's copy this. Let's copy this. Let's copy this. Yeah, let's copy this and let's place this here. Let's place this here. Okay. So now what this one is saying is that it's being distributed from this place to this place. So let me move this. Yeah, so let me move this from here to here. Yeah. Okay, so let me just drag this forward. I don't want to use extend. It's gonna waste my time. So let me drag this forward and let me move this. Okay, okay. So let me move this here. This one is here. So um, let's just imagine that this is the cut length of it. So it doesn't interfere with the steel bar. So let's move this. Let's move this here. Yeah, very good. So this is telling us that this is going to be distributed from this point to this point. So this one is the distribution bar of the main bar, which is the red one. Okay. So the same thing also. So let's copy this. Let's copy this. Okay. So let's move this. Let's copy this and let's place this. Let's place this here. Yeah. Let's place this here. So let's move this. Yeah. Let's move this and let's drop this here. Okay. Okay, let's drop this here. So let's move this. Let's move this down and let's drop this here. Very good. Very, very good. So this is telling us that this is going to be distributed from year to year. So let's also copy this. I'm just doing it one so you can actually understand the process of detailing of slab of a slab. So this is it. Yeah, this is it. So let's bring this here. Let's okay. Let's move this. Let's move this. Okay, so that's taking this. Okay, so let's move this. Okay, so let's also move this. Now remember, I told you how you were going to get the cut length. Now, like I said, this template has actually reduced your job by 70 to 80%. So all you need to do is just to copy paste. That's just to trim, extend, just AutoCAD tracking basically. Okay, so so the next thing we need to do now is okay. Now I think we've done all the call outs. Yeah, we've done all the call outs. done all the call out, done all the call out. Okay, so the next thing we need to do now is to try and arrange this. Is to try and arrange this. So this is how I do mine to make it neat. This is how I do mine to make it neat. Let's extend this. Yes. So let's copy this also. Let's bring this here. Where is the next one? This is the next one, right? Okay. So where is the next one? This is the next one. Okay, so let's work on this first. Now, while you are detailing your slab, you need to move all these dimensions and the grid lines. You need to move everything out of your workspace. Just move it up. Yes. Don't no force. Just move everything up. Okay. So le- I don't need to do this. So okay. So let's move it up. Just take it out of your workspace. Okay. Very good. So now we are going to make it presentable now. We'll make it to be presentable. So like I said, move it out of your workspace. I don't know why this is still here anyway. So let's just go up. Yeah, just go up. Yeah, go up. Yeah, so we'll come back to this later. Come back to this later. Okay. So now we're gonna trim off all this, but let's just take it one step at a time in order for us not to make mistakes. So this is the first one now. This first one is a top bar. You can see it's a blue mark. So what we'll do is just come to the template. Let us go to the template, which is this, right? So let's go to the template. I like it to be a little bit pronounced, anyways, just a little bit pronounced. So let's so let's bring it and let's place it here. So you would have done your design, of course, you would have done your design already, and so my design is actually saying that is 12 at 200 actually. So can you see? So are we there? So uh, it's the top bar. So I leave it. So then I can trim this off. I can trim this off and I can delete this. Can you see? Now, okay. So let's extend this. Let's extend this out a little bit. Yeah, very good. So the next one is the next one is this. So um let me see if it's a top bar or if it is a distribution bar. So you can see that, sorry, if it's a top bar, if it's a bottom bar. So you can see that this is a bottom bar. So let's make this a bottom bar and let's delete this. Are we there? Okay. So we can trim this off. We can trim this off now. You can see that it's actually coming out this a little by little. Then this one we don't need this. We don't need, nothing should interfere with your call out. Nothing should interfere with it. Now, very good. So the next thing we need to do now is to go to the next one, which is this one. So let's trace this. This is a okay. This is also a bottom reinforcement. So let's bring this and let's copy it and let's place it here. Right? Then we can trim this off. Let's take it off a little bit. So let me just do it. Then H enter. Are we there? Yeah. Yeah, are we there? So we can trim this off. Let's trim this off and let's delete this. Next one is to go to the next one. Are we there now? So okay, let me delete this. Now this one, let's trace this. This is a top bar, so we change this to what? To top. Change it to top. Right? Very good. So next one is so let me just copy this. Yeah, let me copy this please. Yeah, let me copy this and place here. So next one is what? Copy this for this, right? Okay. So the next one is okay, let's trace this. Is this? Let's click on this. Is it a top bar or a bottom bar? It's a bottom reinforcement, so let's make this a bottom reinforcement. Let's make it a bottom reinforcement. Very good. Then we can trim this off. We can trim this off, and we can trim this off, and we can delete this, right? Okay. So okay, now that we've done this, then we can actually delete this. So let's trim this. Let's trim this. Let's trim this. Right? Then let's move this. Let's move this to the back. Yeah, so let's trim this. Let's trim this. Let's trim this. Let's trim this. Right? Very good. Very, very good. So you can see that it's actually coming out very, very nice and very, very fine. Okay, so this should actually have the same color as this. So let's match properties. If you have not gotten this template, I advise you to get this template. This template I've used the template to design a column, to detail a column rather, and a beam. So this is me now using the template to actually detail a slab. So the template is already ready made. All you need to do is just to trim, um, extend, and just do some little AutoCAD tweaks on it. Okay, so now, okay, this is where your creativity now comes into place now. So we have this now. Yes, we have this here now. So is actually this is actually interfering a little bit with the grid line. So we can move this down, right? Yeah. Okay, so let's move this down. You need to be creative actually. So let's bring this to the side here. Yes, this is like I said, all these are gonna be moved back. Yeah. Shouldn't interfere with what you're doing. Are we together? So let's move it back. Let's take it back. Okay, very good, very very good. So you can see that this is actually coming out. Okay, sorry, not this. This is actually coming out very very nice now. So let's place this here. Let's place this here, and let's delete this. Let's trim this rather. So let's move this back. Let's move this back and let's trim this. Let's delete this. Very good, very very good. So you can see that the software, the slab detailing is actually coming out. We're still gonna clean. We're still gonna clean it. We're still gonna clean it just to make it a little bit more presentable. So okay, now okay. So this one also. Let's bring this to the side. Okay, let's check. This is the bottom reinforcement. So let's check. So let's change this to bottom. Let's change this to bottom. Let's change this to bottom and let's also move this. Let's move this. So you can see that as you're placing them, then you're trimming off anything that you do not need. Anything that you do not need, trim it off. Are we there? So let's delete this. Okay. Um. So we are here now. We are here now. This is also a, okay. This is a top reinforcement. So we'll make this top. Make this top. Delete this. Let's delete this. Very good. Very good. Okay. The next one is this one. Okay. All this has been done already. So let's look for a call out that has a steel bar that has not been called out. Okay. This has not been called out. This has not been called out. So we can, okay. Okay. So we can take this down. Where is it? Not this. This is a real life. Okay, let's continue. Let's continue. Let's do it. Let's do it one by one. Okay, so you just have to be creative. So for me, what I do is this. Let's bring this here. Let's copy this. Copy this here. Let's trim this off. Yeah. So trimming it off. Then let's bring this like this. Are we there? So like I said, let's things that would interfere with what you're doing. Try and move it down. Just move it down. Yeah. Come back to them later. Okay, so this one, then we can bring this. Where is our, so let's copy this. Let's copy this and let's bring it down here. Yeah, so let's bring it down here. Yeah, very good. Very good. Then is it a top reinforcement or is it a bottom reinforcement? So let's check. It's a bottom reinforcement, so we can trim up this. Then we can match properties. Let's match properties. Okay, so this one has been sorted out. Okay, so which other one do we have? Okay, we have this. This one is for what? Trying to see what this call out is meant for. Okay, I don't need this. So let's trim off this. And let's remove this. You can see that the detail is now being decluttered now. Okay, so let's go to the next one. This one is for what? This one is for what? Okay, this is a, okay, this is a good line. It's a good line. Okay. So this one now, next one is this one. Yeah, so this one is a call out for what? It's a call out for this. Okay, so since I've actually add this up, so I can drag this down, copy this and place this here. Are we there? And let me trim up this. Yeah, so you can see that I'm actually decluttering this. Okay, I have this also. Okay, this is a call out for, okay, let me do the one at the front here first. Okay, so that means this shouldn't get here. So slab detailing actually takes time. I don't want to pause the video and it will be a disservice in you actually understanding what slab detailing is all about. So this is a top bar. That is why, irrespective of the fact that the video is long, I want you to get, because I've seen so many slab details that are not so good. I don't want to use a negative word. Are we together? Okay. So the next one is what? Next one is what? The next one is this. Okay, this is also a top bar, right? So let me copy this. Okay, so let me copy this and let me sorry. So let me copy this and let me bring this here, right? So let me trim this. Let me trim this. Okay. So this one is interfering with. I'll come back to this later. Okay, sorry. I need to know what this is. I need to know what this is. Okay. Okay. You see. So let me delete this off. Let me take this off. Yeah. So it's free. It's free. Okay. So you can see that the one time busy um this thing. Okay. I still have some. I have this. Okay. So I can copy this. Okay, copy this and place this at the front here. Just place this here, right? So that's the top bar, right? So I have this also. So this is this is the bottom reinforcement. This is the bottom reinforcement. So I'll change this to what? I'll change this to bottom, right? Then I move this. I'll move this. Let me move this. Yeah. So let's move this. Yeah. Very good. Very good. This is nice. This is nice. This is very nice. So you can see that the structure is actually coming out very nice. And the one time busy slab is not being decluttered now. So okay, I have a bottom reinforcement here, right? I have a top reinforcement here, right? So yeah, so I have a top reinforcement here. Okay. So then which one again? Okay, let me just drop. Okay, I don't need this. I do not need this. So let me trim this. Let me trim this off and let me delete this. Right? Um. Okay. So top bar. Yeah. Right. So let's take this. Let's take this out. Let's move this. Let's move this out. Okay. Voila. So next thing I need to do is to trim off all these long stuffs. So let's trim this. Let's trim this. Let's trim this. And let's delete this. Right? Okay. So let me move this. Let me move this. I'm gonna work on this. I'll work on this later. Very good. Very good. Okay. There's one here. Yeah. Let's delete this. So you can see that the one time cluttered space for the detailing has now been is now free now compared to what it was before. Compared to what it was before. Okay. Now this is good. This is nice. Okay, I still have this. I still have this here. Yeah, I still have these two long ones here that I've not done. So let's copy this and let's. You just have to be creative. Yeah, you just have to be creative. So let's check. Is it a bottom reinforcement? Okay, yeah, it's a bottom reinforcement. So change this to bottom. Change this to bottom. change this to bottom. Then let's trim this off. Yeah, let's trim this off. Then let me copy this. Although I've not checked what this is. Okay, so let me check what this one is actually meant for. This call out for this. Okay, okay. So this is the bottom reinforcement also. So let me trim this off. Very good. So this is what we have now. This is what we have. So we'll still come back to the. So now let's take it one step at a time. Your your distribution bar is a function of your main bar. That means, like this now, this top bar now, this top bar is spanning from here to here, right? So this distribution bar is distributing it from here to here. Till again. So for the distribution bar, you could just leave it at 12 at 200, center to center. Are we together? But you start with the first bar mark. Just start with the first bar mark 01. So yeah, once they see this, they will know that this is a distribution bar. So it's actually dependent on the space, the it's actually dependent on where this top bar is spanning to. Are we together? So now okay, so now let's go to the next one. The next one is a bottom reinforcement. So for the bottom reinforcement now, so let's measure this. Let's measure this now. Let's measure it. So let's take this. Yeah, so let's take this and let's drop it here. So let's see what we have here. Let's see what we have here. What we have is we have 4682. So the 4682 now. Now remember my design said that that it is at spacing of 200. So the 4682 divided by 200, 23.41, then plus 1. So that's approximately 24. So this one is what? So this one is what? So this one is going to be what? 24. So this is going to be 24 y12. So this will be per mark O2. So you just take your time and do it. Per mark O2, 200 center to center, right? So this one has been done. So now let's go to the next call out, which is this. It's also a bottom reinforcement. So let's check his own call out where it's starting from. So okay, so let's measure this. Yeah, let's take the measurement for this. Yeah, so let's take the measurement for this. We have 3814. So 3814. So we have 3814 divided by 200, then plus 1. So this one is 20, right? Yeah. So this one is 20. So so this one is what? So we have 20 y12. 20 y12. Now what I'm teaching you, I'm not sure you're going to find it anywhere else. It's already on the template already. Let me show you where it is on the template. This is it on the template already. I already have everything on the template. I have it on the template already. Can you see? Okay. So we have um 20 y12 per mark 03 bottom reinforcement. Right? So you can move this. You can move this. Just move this. Okay. So this is a top reinforcement. It's a main bar. So the main bar tells us that it's spanning from where? From here to here to here, right? So let's see what we have here. 66319, right? So 6319 divided by 200, then plus 1. So you have, let's just say this is 33, right? So this is 33. So this one is going to be bar mark 4. So this is 33, right? So let's move this. So you can see the way the bar marks are following each other step by step, one by one. You have to be very, very careful because your presentation is what they will use for the execution on site. So you need to be very, very careful. Okay. So okay, okay. So we have this now. This is also a bottom reinforcement. So let's see this. So let's measure this. Let's measure this. Let's measure this. You have 2223, right? So 2223 divided by 200, then plus 1. So you have 12. This is 12. This is more or less 12. So this one is 12. So that is, if I see I should continue doing everything, then the video will get to like about 2 hours. So that is just the principle on how you are going to go about this. So then you, okay, let me just show you for this now, for this. So this, just measure this. Yeah. So you measure this. So this is what? This is 3710, 3710 divided by 200, then plus 1. That's 20. So this one is 20, right? So this is how you, so this is how you go about it. This is how you're gonna go about it. Yeah. So this is how you also go about the rest. Then when you finish, you just do AutoCAD. You arrange this, and just make it much more presentable. Then you can just move this down. Yeah, just move this down. So I believe this is clear. If it's not clear, you can actually reach out to me on the. You can actually reach out to me in the comment section. I'm gonna respond to you as soon as possible. Okay, so now let's go to, let me teach you how to cut a section. So you just pick what you have on the template, and once you pick what you have on the template, you pick what you have on the template, then you just actually replicate it. Okay, this one is for this. So let's move this down. Yeah. So let's move this up. Yeah. So now you can use this my section. I want this to be I want this to be more pronounced. Yeah, I want this to be more pronounced. Okay. So let's make this bolder. Yeah. So let's match about this because it's showing the steel bar, so it has to be. You can see that I have everything in the template. You can see and I have everything in where in the template. Okay, so let's pick a section that we're going to cut. Okay, let's cut this section. Yeah, let's cut this section. So okay, let me copy the section, this thing. Okay, let me copy the section, this thing. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Uh, okay. So this is where we are. Yeah. So structural design and detailing takes um a lot of practice. Takes a lot of. In fact, anything you're doing in life takes a lot of practice before you become perfect in it. So one has to just dedicate his time to be able to um master the nitty-gritty and the principles that actually surrounds it. Okay, um so I'm gonna cut this section for you guys. I'm gonna teach you guys how to cut a section, the principles behind cutting a section, right? So this is what we have. Okay, so this is what we have. So for this one that I picked, I might be forced to, because this one is, as maybe I should pick this, but I want it to be something that has like three, that is actually continuous, not simple, because this one is a simply supported slab. That's why I picked this. Okay, no problem. Let's continue. Let's continue. If I need to do to actually work on this, I'll work on this. It's just to make sure that you guys actually understand it, anyways. So okay, so this is the section I picked now. Now I need you to pay very close attention to what I'm about to explain to you guys on how to cut section, because I see some people cut section and they don't really know how to cut sections, and some people depend on software to cut sections and stuff like that. So it's good for you to know it from the first principle. Now, what we have here now is this. I'm cutting the section across like this. You can see where the two arrows are. I'm coming. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So let's do XLH, enter. Yes. So you can see where the arrow is. Can you see? So I'm cutting it across on the horizontal side. So now I'm going to show you those things that you're going to pay attention to. Those things that you're going to pay close attention to in the section. So the first thing that I need to do is that I need to confirm this. This is what 3900, and this is what 3875. Okay, like I said, I need to move this. You can see the way it's making the stuff to be cluttered. So just move it down. Then later you can come and do the AutoCAD tracking. So okay, so the first one is what 3875, right? Sorry, the first one is what 3900. Very good. But what I have here is what 3859, right? So make sure your grid lines and your this thing are pronounced, so people don't have to strain their eyes before they see what you have, there, right? So I need to I need to move this now. I need to make sure this is what 30 3900. Now you have two options. You can either extend, or I mean you can either stretch, or but don't let us stretch. Let us do this. So let's offset 0, enter, 3900, enter, right? And let's bring this. Okay. So so this is it. So let me make it a little bit, or let me just give it a green color. So right. So what we need to do now is that we need to move this now. So let's move this. Are we together now? So this has been moved, right? So this one is deleted. So let's stretch this down to the center. You see that it's going to give us 3,900. You just need to know how to use AutoCAD. It's very, very important for you to know how to use AutoCAD. So let's measure this. Yeah, so let's measure this. Let's match practice. And probably it was when you can see that it's not directly at the center. Let's let's take it again. Let's take it again. So let's measure. Come in. Let's do XLH, enter. So okay. So let's measure this from here to here. Okay. Let's match practice. And let's delete this. Are we there? So first one has been done. Then the next one is what? 3875. 3875. So let's the same thing also. 0 enter, 3875 enter. Okay, let me make this pronounced. Yes. Okay. So I don't need this. Let me move this first. Yeah, very good. Very, very good. So let's measure it also. H enter. Okay, let's measure this. So let's measure this. Let's measure this. Let's take this. Let's take this again. Yeah. Let's take this. Should be 3875. Okay. Yeah. Very good now. So let's match properties. Okay. So let's delete. Okay. So let's move this. Let's move this. Let's move this up. Yeah. Let's move it up. And we can Yeah, so let's take this back to red. Let us match properties. Let's match properties. Let's match properties. So let's map. Yeah, take this and also take this. Very good. So now we have this already. We have this. This is a so this is a reflection of this now. Very good. So the next thing we need to do now is to look at the reinforcement. To check the reinforcement. Now this one like this. If you cut this section, this is it. This horizontal bar, this is it. Now I'm gonna just call out this and just say maybe this one is let me say this one is um Bamak 40. Are we there? So let me say this is Bamak 40. So this one now is Bamak 40, right? So the call out for this is what? Bamak 40. Bamak 40. So I'll now I'll come to my model, I'll come to my section rather, and change it to what I have on my detail. Are we together? Just change it to what I have on my detail. So this is what? This is 40, right? So I'll just make this 40. Fair, fair, I take it up. So let me take it up here. Yeah, let me take it up. Very good. So let me make this a little bit much more pronounced. Let's select similar. Quick properties. Let's say 90. Yeah, let's say 90. Okay. Now, very good. This is actually coming out fine now. Okay. So then it has a distribution bar. Now, this is the distribution bar for it. Okay. Why did I stop this one here? Okay, no, this is supposed to get to the end. It should get to the end. So that's why you need to check if you're designing, check your model very well before running the analysis. If you're detailing, check your detailing very, very well also before you print. Check for errors, check for anything because you're doing it manually. It's not as if there's a software that is doing it. So this is the distribution bar for it. And the distribution bar, let me say this is bar mark 41 now. Let me say this is bar mark 41, right? So this is bar mark 41. So my distribution bar is what? Is what? 41. So I'll come to my section and change all this now. All this to 41. This one at the bottom here. I'll change them to 41. Yeah. So let me remove this. Let me delete this. So let us copy. So let us copy. Yeah. So let's delete this. Yeah. So let's continue copying. So the video is going to be long, but the most important thing is that you actually get what we're trying to explain. Are we there? So so let me delete this and let me move it so I can have a straight line. So let me copy this. Yeah. So let me copy. Let's place this here. Yeah. The template is on seller. You will need to get the template. It has detail of slab raft, beam raft, pipe foundation. Um, it has details of how to detail a beam, how to detail a column, and what have you. Okay, so now having done this now, so the next thing is that this top bar has a distribution bar. I don't know if I've done it. Okay, I've not done this. It has a distribution bar, and this is the distribution bar. So let's copy this. Let's copy this. Let's bring it down here. Yeah. So let's take this down. Let's take it down. Okay. So now let's shift this. Let's move this backwards. Right. So let's move this back. Right. So let's, yeah. So let's take this. Right. Then let's rotate this. Yeah. So let's rotate this. Right. So let's move this. Yeah. Very good. So let's copy this now. Let's copy this. So remember we said all the distribution bars are all per Mark 4. All the distribution bars are per Mark 4. So let's just bring this here, down here. So for the section that we cut now, this one is what per Mark what 04. Is what per Mark 04. So let's, so this is per Mark 04. So let's delete this. Let's delete this. So let's take off all this. Let's take off all this, right? So let's copy this 04, 04, 04, and this 04. So let's take it down also. Let's take it down. This 04. We have another 04, and we have a last what 04. So let's delete this, and let's delete that of the 16. Okay. So now we need to take this like this. So let's copy this. Let's copy this out. Let's mirror. Let's mirror. Let's mirror. So like I said, you need to know how to use. Okay, it's close. So let me take it down. So let's mirror. Yes. So let's move this, and let's drop this here. This one is wrong. Yes, because it's a template. So you are the one that need to tweak it. So what exactly you want it to do for you, right? Um, so let me bring it down here. Yeah, very good, very good, very good. Then we can trim off this. Yes, we can trim off this. The video is going long, but I hope you have the time to watch it up to this point, so you can really try and have a grasp of what structural design is all about and slab detailing is all about. So let's just copy this and let's bring this here. Yes, very good, very good. Okay, so next thing we need to do is what? The next thing we need to do is to now work on this top bar, and we are done. Work on the top bar. So the top bar is this. So let's look at the call out of this top bar. So for this, I can say this one is bar mark 42. This bar mark 42, right? So for bar mark 42 now, it takes slab detailing takes time, and that's why this video is going to be long. So I'll make this to be 42 now. Bar mark 42. Yeah. Okay, very good. So let's move this up here. Yeah, very good. Then the distribution bar is what? Bar mark 04. So let's take this. So let's take all this and let's delete this. Okay, sorry, I already have a bar mark 04 already, right? I have a bar mark 04. Okay, bar mark 01 rather. All the distribution bars are bar mark 01, not 04. Okay, they are all bar mark 01. Yeah, not 04. Yeah, so let's correct that. So these are all what bar mark 01. These are all bar mark 01. Okay, so let's take this. Yeah, very good. So and we so you can see that your section. So this is how to cut section. Then all you now need to do is now to make this presentable, make all this presentable, make all this presentable. So the video is already long. The video is already long. So you will do that yourself. You have something like this, something like this. So thank you very much. If you have any question, you can drop it on the comment section. And the template is on Seller. You can get the template on Seller. So if you need it, you can send me a message or you can drop a comment in this video description. I'll I'll post the link on where you're going to get the template. And if you have any question on all the structural designs and detailing that I've done, kindly drop your question on the comment section. And if you need my personal this the phone number also, I can also give it to you on request. Thank you very much for your time. See you on the next video.